Sorry about that. Coach, obviously things get much better when you have a full team. How'd you feel about the way the guys played with Durant and Bill back?
Yeah, no, I mean they're two great players, and for them to miss significant period of time and come back and play the way they did, it's a credit to them. Their professionalism, their skill, their talent, and then the rest of the group to quickly assimilate and figure out how to play everybody together, and really book all three of those guys tonight. Give us what we need to be our best.
Another thing I had was obviously there was a huge third quarter. You've talked about stops, and that was led to obviously some buckets. But what do you feel like beyond the stops that you guys maybe did offensively, and you can speak on defensively as well in that third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, like you said in the question, the defense, I think went to another level. I think we held them to 18 points in the third quarter. Tried to take away the paint, and then we got out and run. I thought Nurk had a great third quarter offensively. I thought some of his screen setting in the third quarter really freed up Book. Book got going. We were able to get some separation, but I think defense, Nurk both playing inside, and then his screening and Book getting going, kind of gave us a big spurt there.
You guys have built leads before, but this was the first time that you kind of sustained it and built on it. How did you like the way that you guys came out in that fourth quarter to kind of keep out in front?
Yeah, no, I mean, we needed a game like this, so I think we need to build on it. We need to fill our cup up tonight and get ready to play again tomorrow. But the group, this was, 48 minutes closer to, what you want and what you strive for.
To your point about Nurk's third quarter, was there any tangible difference in just the way that he was playing in that third compared to maybe the first half, or was it just a matter of kind of getting good looks and getting going?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it sometimes just happens organically, but, I do think, obviously he scored in the paint, but I think his screen setting was huge too, and that's like an unselfish, you start doing something for your teammates, you start, getting hits, and then the ball finds him in the post, and he does some good things. So I think it was a little bit of everything, and I thought the first half he was good too. It's just I think, he had a really good second half.
Coach, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about Nurk. I mean, he had 10 points to open that third quarter. Just how were you able to get him going without, taking Book and Beal and KD out of their rhythms?
Yeah, I just, keep kind of repeating it, but I think it starts with him being a great screen setter, him getting switches, him getting rolls, him, finding position around the basket, but really not necessarily designed, but, you get good hits, you get good screens, you're freeing your teammates up, and then sometimes the ball will find you in the post. All right, thanks, guys.
Devin, you talked about once, you guys get whole, get back to rolling, how good was it to see that basically come to fruition the way you guys played tonight?
I mean, it felt great. There's a lot of space, a lot of opportunity on the floor, and, trying to continue to play the right way and make the right play. Teams overhelp, we get off it, and, we create open looks.
Another thing, just to follow that up, and with you obviously having the assist to go with the points tonight, just maybe going through that stretch you went through without them, and then now being able to, okay, the floor is freer, and I can find guys as well as score.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to tell y'all that during the stretch, like, I watched a lot of basketball, and I try to pride myself on making the right plays and reading the defense and try to see what the defense is giving up. And when you have a super talented team with a lot of options, we get clean looks every time. And there's spots of the game where I can facilitate, and then that opens up more opportunities to score.
The last thing I had was Nurkic set some huge screens for you, particularly on Reeves. How big is it to have a guy that can get out that far to make those kind of screens for you?
Yeah, it's super important. I think one of his best games of the season this year. Man, we've been rallying behind him. They tried to switch 1 through 5 for a segment, and he punished a smaller defender every time down. As well as making plays and setting the screens that you were talking about.
You guys have built some leads up, but tonight you really sustained it and built on it. What did you feel like coming out of that fourth quarter? You guys were able to do well to keep that lead.
We're defending at a high level. The Lakers are a really good team over there, trying to slow them down in transition, trying to take away their paint points with LeBron and AD, and once we get stops, just try to get out and transition and create easy looks for people.
You guys have talked about Brad's athleticism, but did you see that chase down block on LeBron coming?
I didn't see it. Coach showed it after the game too. But those are the type of plays that can make or break a game if it's closer, and those are plays that are super important, and it usually leads to a score on the other end. So, that was a hell of a play by Brad.
Book, better than anyone with last year and the point differential and how important that can be. Did that come to mind for you guys in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it did. I don't know what the standings look like. I know they're undefeated in pool play, but I think we're both 2-1 now. So I'll look into it, see what we got going.
We know the low minute counts here for a blowout on the first night of a back-to-back, but there's something there mentally, right, in getting that reprieve too?
Yeah. Any rest that we can get, and we pride ourselves on being a deep team. So.
First, how's the cat feel after the game?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I feel good. I feel good right now. Definitely evaluate it rest of the night and see how I feel in the morning. And we got another one, so far so good. Feel good. I finished the game well, so that's all I can ask for right now.
Yeah, obviously, I was going to ask, when did you make your mind up that you was going for the chase down block on LeBron?
Kind of the entire way. I knew I was just going to kind of at least make a play on the ball, whether it's try to go for a steal. But I seen once he starts slowing down, that's when he's start making his read. And I know he loves to do the spin move and transition. And he gets a lot of people on there. He gets you biting left or right and bumps you and spins off you, and he's at the hoop. So it was just a timing thing, man. I got right place, right time.
The other thing I had was this was probably one of the more efficient offensive games you guys play when you look at the number of points matching with the defense. How would you rate in terms of the complete game for you guys that you've had this year? Does it rank up high or what?
Yeah, I think it does. I think we really played exceptional hoops tonight. We just moved the ball, moved bodies. Ball was popping. Then defensively, I think we turned it up in the second half. First half, they were way too comfortable. AD was living in the paint. I think I let Austin get going at the end of the first half too. So second half, we were a lot better in that regard, just bearing down, getting stops, and offensively, we're going to continue to fire up threes, continue to play free, and that's just who we are.
During that third quarter, Nurk got going a little bit. What did you see from him in terms of being able to turn it around a little bit?
Well, they were switching a lot, so teams that do that, we either going to punish you with dribble drives or let big fella kind of seal and take his time down there. I think he did a lot better of just being patient, not rushing his shots, not rushing his moves, and really just burying everybody up under the basket. That's literally what he did every single time he scored. So. When he does that, now they have to adjust defensively and how they want to guard and what personnel they want on the floor. And that's just another layer of versatility for us.
Just curious, where would you put that chase down block against the best blocks of your career?
Not that high, I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all were excited about that, but I've thrown some shit in the stands before. So I don't know about that one. It was a good block, but I think I've had some better ones for sure.
Book said that got shown by Coach after the game as well. What was that moment like for you?
Oh, it was exciting. I mean, I'm a team player, man. I'm always about the guys and getting everybody fired up. It definitely was encouraging to me for sure. First game back in a minute, and just kind of setting the tone for us. That's kind of how we want to play, our identity and just the competitive spirit we want to have. Yeah.
You were standing there for a bit. What was going through your mind over that time?
I was just looking at my kids. My kids were hype over there, so I was kind of just staring at them, and they were hype about it. They love Bron, so I think probably me blocking his shot was probably the highlight of their night. So I was just giving them a little love.
Brad, you guys got to see kind of the defensive attention that Devin was garnering whenever you guys were out, just with you and K back. What did you see that it's able to kind of relieve him of some of those duties and make life easier?
100%. You can't guard us, the same way when. I mean, it's obvious. It's like that if any of the combination of us weren't out there. You know, they're going to double team the guy out there and force the ball out of his hands, Booker K hands, and you definitely seen it tonight. Like, you can't double team him. Like when all three of us are on the floor. You know, it's just too much versatility on the backside, and high-powered weapons. So we love it. You know, obviously we got to be healthy and make sure our availability is our best ability and stand back. But that's just a testament to how we can play. Yeah.
The only other thing I had was also finding you with the bounce, with the pass for the layup. You've talked before about his ability to do that. Was that another example of him just the IQ part of his game?
Yeah, it's funny because Oso's a point forward. If you ask him, like, he's a point guard. But I love his IQ, his patience. I think that's just a tie. I'm going to give his college coach some credit, Shaka Smart. I think that's Shaka. Shaka is really good at pushing guys and getting them to play hard and just having a good IQ and feel for the game. I feel like he's had that coming into our team. And obviously the system we put around him and coaching staff and just the players that we have, it just makes life easier for him. We all encourage him to be who he is, and he understands he has an important role in our team for us to be successful. And Coach lets him flap his wings. He doesn't put him in a box. He lets him make some mistakes. He lets him play through them, and that's what you need as a young guy, that type of trust and that confidence.
Thanks, Brad.
No problem.